Lewis Pullman, carving his own path in Hollywood. Timing is everything, and for Lewis Pullman, the stars have aligned perfectly. At just 32 years old, this talented actor, son of the iconic Bill Pullman, has journeyed from the awkward stages of college plays to the thrilling heights of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where he takes on the role of the complex villain Bob in the highly anticipated film, Thunderbolts. Reflecting on his growth, Lewis humorously recalls his early performances, saying, "It's a miracle that I even kept trying because it was not good." But he's come a long way since then. He acknowledges that had he auditioned for a Marvel role years ago, he might not have succeeded. The invaluable lessons he's learned from the industry's greats have shaped him into the actor he is today. What's hardest to get is the opportunity to gain experience and find your comfort within such a bizarre circumstance, he shares. "It took me a long time to feel at ease in front of a camera, and I wouldn't have had that chance without the opportunities I've been given." In this candid conversation, Lewis opens up about his preparation for Thunderbolts, how he distinguishes himself from his father, the lessons he's learned from past roles, and his excitement for the upcoming Avengers, Doomsday. He also shares how he channels his anxiety into motivation and what he learned from Jeff Bridges that perfectly describes his ideal day off. Growing up in a creative family, Lewis was always destined for the arts. "We were a very artistic family, always putting on shows for each other," he recalls. Initially, he thought he would pursue a career as a drummer, blissfully unaware of the acting world until high school sparked his curiosity. With unwavering support from his parents, he began to explore theater more seriously after college, realizing, "I'm having so much damn fun, and I don't want to stop." The close bond with his family has been a source of strength, allowing him to confide in his father about the challenges of the industry. "For a long time, I was stubborn about doing it on my own, but now it's a gift to share experiences and get advice from him." Navigating the shadow of his father's legacy hasn't been easy. "In the beginning, I felt a lot of pressure to fill his shoes," Lewis admits. "But once I realized that was impossible, I found relief in knowing that my path would be my own. I'm different from him in many ways, and that realization freed me to find my own voice." When it comes to Thunderbolts, Lewis was initially drawn to the project because of the Marvel Universe's allure. "I never thought I'd actually step into that world, it felt untouchable," he says. But with the guidance of director Jake Schreier, who understood the character's complexity, Lewis felt encouraged to dive into this new role. "It was nerve-wracking, but I knew I was in good hands. Together, we crafted Bob, and I can't imagine how it would have turned out without Jake's vision." As for Bob, Lewis describes him as a character with layers, like Russian nesting dolls. "He's complex, and I approached the role with an athlete's mentality, focusing on endurance and stamina. I worked with a trainer to build a physicality that felt authentic to Bob's journey. My acting coach and I delved deep into the comics to ensure we did justice to the character. It's a rare gift to have such a roadmap to follow." Lewis is particularly excited for fans to see the nuances of Bob's character. "I hope audiences can see the bleed-over of his different facets. It's not a simple switch. It's a messy soup that humanizes him." Recently, it was announced that Lewis will reprise his role in Avengers, Doomsday, a revelation that left him in disbelief. "I was blown away. I had no idea it was happening. I was out shooting in Vancouver, and when I checked my phone, I had 87 messages, mostly from Danny Ramirez, who was just as excited as I was. Seeing my name on that cast list felt surreal, like a glitch in the Matrix." His recent Emmy nomination for Lessons in Chemistry was another highlight. "That experience was spectacular. I fell in love with the book and the character Calvin, even though chemistry isn't my forte. It was a learning process, and I was fortunate to work with a team that wanted to honor the book while creating something new for the screen." Reflecting on his career, Lewis sees each project as a lesson. "I'm not a collector of things, but I collect lessons from the greats I've worked with. The hardest part of nepotism is gaining experience, and I've been lucky to find my comfort in front of the camera. I think about my screen test for Marvel often. Had I done it 4 years ago, I wouldn't have been ready. Now, I'm proud of how far I've come. Looking ahead, Lewis dreams of working with David Gordon Green and Danny McBride, whose unique comedic style resonates with him. They've created their own genre of comedy, and it looks like so much fun. On his perfect day off, Lewis embraces a mix of solitude and family time. I love to hermitize, as Jeff Bridges calls it. Sometimes that means sleeping in, hiking with my dog, or hanging out with my family, playing with sticks as swords. One of the biggest challenges he's faced is managing anxiety. It's been a lifelong companion, but I've learned to make it a friend. It's there for a reason, and I've figured out how to channel it into fuel. I'm grateful for my anxiety because it keeps me motivated. When asked what defines him, Lewis reflects, I often feel like nothing is ever good enough, which can be tough, but it also drives me to keep going. Those fleeting moments of satisfaction are like glimpses of color at the end of the rainbow, and the chase for that is what makes me, me.